Hi guys, today we're going to be reading Stanley. Ready for Adventure Chapter 3! No, Rosie, do not get to have my yogurt, okay? Stanley pulled another family album down from the bookshelf. It was lucky that Miss Lamb Chop was so careful about saving photos, Stanley thought. He was not sure he would remember every detail without her help. Each picture in the album had a label, the label that explained what was going on when the picture was taken. Arthur squinted at the first picture in the next album. "What is this?" he asked. The photo showed a crowd of people holding their posters in the air, or at least Stanley thought they were posters. Until he looked a little closer, and they were actually mini flat Stanleys, dressing in the color of the American flag. His mother labeled back all his memories. "That's the parade in Washington, D.C., he told Arthur. His family had visited the city. So Stanley could receive an award. Stanley was embarrassed by all the attention. He got separated from his family, though he had to talk and do his problems with a famous statue of Abraham Lincoln. And then the president himself. By the time he received the reward, Stanley was not embarrassed anymore. He was happy when his brother introduced him at a ceremony. He was proud to come to the stage to accept the National Medal of Achievement. The boys kept flipping through the pages of the album. Stanley didn't need any labels to remind him of his trip in Texas. He still remembered the feeling of camping under the stars with Arthur and their family friends, Carlos and Inardo. He also remembered the feeling of him. That's really funny. Used as a drum in the concert at Inardo's college. On the trip, Stanley figured out a way to handle the wind. Once and for all, he was never going to blow away again. There was no chance he was going to blow away when he went to France. The trip to Paris was strictly a secret mission, and mostly inside a museum. He waited inside a picture frame to catch the thief. He also saw some of the city sights with his new friends Eleanor and an art student. At one point, he pretended to be a canvas on her easel. Stanley cracked up when she saw that photo on his album. Yeah. Leonardo's teacher never suspected that she was painting on a flat person. And you still won't tell me what you did in California, Arthur said. A lot happened on that trip, Stanley said. There were many photos of Stanley on that trip because Stanley and Mr. Lambchop had been kidnapped. Only Stanley and his dad knew what really happened. The kidnappers, a girl, Lily, and her dad needed setting a new world record. Oops. One night, after some careful planning, Stanley helped Lily escape from El Cusco and sail San Francisco Bay in her wheelchair. There's a good picture right there. Mrs. Lambchomps had saved the article about Lily's feet, but she didn't even know about Stanley was there. He was sailing through the air high above the water, helping Lily get to shore. Look, said Arthur, remember we went to Boston? We have to do it again sometime, Stanley said. Then we'll come to the Fenway Park. When the Lambchomps took part in the historical reunion in Boston, Stanley rode on horseback with a man dressed as Paul Revere when he flew off the horse by accident. Thought Stanley was rescued by a friendly boy. A boy's dad turned out to be an awesome player for the Boston Red Sox. We also have to get back to London, Arthur said. Rosie. Oh, you're right there, Rosie. Go. Arthur said Stanley managed to go on a mission at a fancy ball and find and return some crown jewels to the Queen of England. Hi, Rosie. Arthur had not managed to make one of the guards smile yet. I know I can do it next time, Arthur insisted. I have been practicing my funny faces. The guards won't be able to resist. I know you can do it, said Stanley. It won't hurt humor. His brother, after all, Arthur had helped him with the mission of Her Majesty. Together, the brothers had gone undercover in New York. Wait, did I show you the picture of the last one? I'll just show you again. They said, as they turned the page. There were extra pictures from this trip because the boys had brought their own camera to the Statue of Liberty, Times Square, Grand Central Station, the Empire State Building, and New York Nations were all here. There was even a picture of the subway speeding through a station in New York. Stanley hadn't gone off on an adventure of his own by accident. When he got lost, he had to find a way to get back to his family. Luckily, Flat Stanley was too famous to get lost for long. With the help of some friendly widows' washers, he got a ride to one of the tallest skyscrapers. Oh, Stanley said when he turned the page to the next album. To his surprise, he discovered it was blank. I guess this is where the pictures for our next trip will go, he told Arthur. After we decide where we're going, Arthur pointed out, we still have to make up our minds. Okay, Stanley said, closing the album. It's time to make our list at last. That's chapter 4. How do you guys like this chapter? I hope you liked it. Give this a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Bye.